What's going on, guys? Back at it again. So today's gonna be a little different. We're gonna be working on the customer's bike today. It's actually this huge Burgman 650. This thing is massive. I don't even know if it's gonna fit on this table, to be honest. But we're gonna try. He said he left it outside for a couple of years and the thing is pretty much toast, so it won't start. It looks like it's been outside for a couple of years. He said he rinsed it down, so we're gonna actually go out there and go check it out. But first, I gotta clear this garage out, take some of these bikes out, because like I said, this thing is massive. Hopefully this thing even fits through my door, so stay tuned, guys. Look at this thing. This thing is Pimp Daddy. Gross. What is that? So the battery's completely dead. Alright, so let's grab this bike. Let's wash it first before we even get it on the table. Let's just put it outside and give this thing a hose down, and then we'll put it on the table. Listen, I never even worked on this bike before. Just just a heads up. I gotta jump this thing. I'm hoping it's here. So there we go. And it's not there, so if you're looking for the battery, just know it's not here. This thing is a monster. This is a motorcycle engine. Holy crap. Let's find this battery together. Here. Push this thing. You can legit go shopping in here. There it is. Boom. Listen, these jump packs right here are the best. Okay, that's on, that's on. Let's turn this on right here. Good sign, but I think the kickstand has to be up. There it goes. It's running and it's ticking like hell. Let's get this thing to the backyard and we'll hose this thing down and try to keep it idling. Alright, so we got the bike in the backyard officially. And just give you a better look of how toast this thing is. This bike is beyond toast. I guess this is the side that the sun wasn't hitting as much, but this whole side right here, you can definitely tell the sun was beating on this side. All right, so we got the power washer set up. We got a bucket of supplies. We got more supplies. We're gonna wash this thing down. I might even scrub this thing. This thing is toast. I think this windshield is toast. I might be able to save this. Let's see what happens. But yeah, man, let's clean this thing up. Oh my God, look at this. Look at that. Can you guys see that? That thing is the most dry rotted tire I've probably ever seen in my life. The wheels are completely shot. What happened here? I don't know about showroom condition, but I can make it look better. I think got some damage. All right, let's see what we can do, guys. All right, guys, gonna have to take out the heavy artillery for this. So when you're doing this stuff, you don't really want to do it on the paint. I mean, the paint's so messed up on this, I don't think it would hurt it, but still, I don't really use power tools on the paint. I use it on the black plastics and stuff like that, but you can already see like there's years of grind falling right off of this thing, so I might have to wash this thing a couple times. I can hear the seat thanking me right now. Alright guys, how's she looking? She's significantly cleaner, still very dull, needs to be buffed, and a lot of paint correction on this bike. It's gross. But she's clean, no more oil on it. It's good. I don't know what chemicals he got on that, but I'll try to fix all this stuff for him too, because that looks nasty. So let's get this thing inside the shop. Get it on the table, hopefully it fits on the table, and then we can go from there. Woo. There you go guys. She's on the table guys, she's running, she's ticking, she sounds like crap. Let's cut this thing off, let's get into it. Let's figure out what's going on. This thing sounds like garbage. From the jump I already know it's got to be low in oil. That thing shouldn't be ticking like that, so I'll check the oil, and then we'll go from there. Alright, let's check this oil. Let's see what this oil thing is looking like. Alright, so that's not a gauge. Found that out together. Guess you only drain this from here, so let's figure out how to check the oil level. Alright guys, so we're on the right side of the motor now, or the left side technically. To see the oil thing, there got to be like an oil sight on the side. There's no dipstick here. I got to remove this whole lower cover right here, and then I can get to the oil filter. Alright, so we got this piece off. It's still nasty. Now we can see. As you can see, there is a glass sight right here, but it's very dirty. Yeah, oil's black. Alright, so we are going to be draining the drain plug when I can find it. Maybe 1 second, it shouldn't take me too long. So the drain plug's right here. Bike, and then the sight level is right here. The oil filter is right here. So we're gonna crack this, we're gonna drain the oil. That oil is completely dirty. It's at the right level, but let's test the viscosity of it, or maybe it's just too thin. So we'll change that. We'll change the oil filter. I probably have to run to the store and grab that, and then we'll start it back up and see if that ticket's still there. All right, so I got my oil bolt loose. It's a 17 mil. It's right here. But when I was taking this off, I looked up, I noticed the level, and as you can see, this thing is pretty much empty. So I knew that thing needed oil. So I will drain whatever oil's left in there, and then I will run to the store and grab a oil filter and remove this one as well. So let's just do that. I do have a little metallics on the tip of my finger from this stuff, so gotta watch out for that. I'll try to remove this by hand because I can't find my wrench. Ugh. Oh my god, it's up there. That thing was up there. Whew. All right, the original part number is 16510-07J00. I will let you guys know what filter I end up using. Well, we're just gonna let that drain out while we find the filter. Alright guys, just got back in the shop and looks like the dog's knocked over the bike, so I'll be doing some painting right there. That sucks. Stuff happens. Anyway, we're back in the garage with the Burgman executive. Got the oil filter, about to put the oil filter on, about to put the plug back in, and then fill this bad boy up with some oil and then start this thing up. Hopefully all the tickets should go away. And then we'll work on the idle problem next, and then we'll go back to the paint stuff. But it cleaned up pretty well, to be honest, but there's a bunch of scratches and stuff. I might have to wet sand this thing, who knows. But one thing at a time. Let's do this oil change first. All right, we're gonna clean this plug off, make sure it's all nice. Clean this off over here. No more oil leaking, nice and dry. Out the way. I think this thing takes a lot of oil. Oil plug officially on. Tighten that thing up, not too tight. New oil filter. Look at that thing. It almost looks original. No, it's aftermarket though. Dip your finger in some oil. Put it on the seal. Not too much. Some people go as far as filling the oil filter up with some oil. Some say it's necessary, some say it's not, but I don't think it's necessary. Screw this thing in there. And do yourself a favor, don't tighten the hell out of these things. It just makes it hard for the next person that's coming over here and trying to do some work on your bike. It makes it really hard for them. And that's all you need. Okay, fill it up with some oil now. Let me go find my oil filter. All right guys, so we're back in here. Found an oil filter. It's not the nice one. I used to have this red line oil filter. That thing is bad, but we're gonna stick that in there. We got some 1040 that was provided to us. We'll throw a couple quarts in there, and then we're going to start watching the gauge, the sight, the glass sight over there, and make sure this thing stays nice. So we're just gonna be keeping an eye on that gauge right there. This is the gauge, and that's a low line, and then this top line right here is the full. So we're gonna fill it up. I'm gonna like go a little under that, and then I'll start the bike, because you don't want to overfill these things. All right, so we're right in between the low and full mark. Just gonna add a little bit more. Okay, and I think I'll leave it right there for now. I'm gonna start it up and see what it settles at. Let it run for a little second. All right, and you see the gauge again, how all the oil pretty much disappeared. Now it's all throughout the motor. You're gonna fill it up some more. And that's almost at the full line. Let's start this thing up one more time. See, the oil comes back. It's just a little low, and that looks perfect right there. That thing's idling better now. Nice and smooth, no more shaking. Slight tick though. Feel that? I don't know, that sounded a lot better, guys. Alright guys, so the bike's running a lot better. Adjusted a few things. I do have some sea foam I'm going to put inside the gas tank. Maybe try to clean some of the injectors a little bit. Maybe it'll run a little bit better too. But as of right now, it's running pretty good. It's smooth, it's not shaking, no vibrations. The RPM's not dropping anymore. So I think we're good with that. So I'm going to continue letting this thing warm up a little bit more. I'm going to start cleaning this thing up, and then we'll get into the detailing aspect of it. Alright guys, so the bike's been running. I'm probably going to turn it back on while I'm doing this, but for video's sake, I just want to show you what I'm using and how I'm doing this, so you guys can replicate this on your bikes if you need to. So with this stuff, the black trim, you see it's all hazy and nasty and stuff, and sometimes you use the wrong chemicals on it and it'll leave stains like that. So I don't know exactly what was used on this bike in the past, but I found something that works for me and I stand by this product. Actually, I love this product, and it is this right here from Exoforma. It is black trim restorer. As you can tell, this bottle's been used and abused. This is like my second bottle actually I've been through. It's a little pricey, but it's worth every penny, trust me. I'm gonna show you a little section right here. Set you up. Don't judge my tape, it's the only tape I had in the shop right now. So literally what you do, nothing crazy, you take some of this stuff, you put it on the rag, and then you just wipe it. Just got to go in like one direction. Alright, then you just let that sit for a few. And this is actually like a black dye. So you rub that in, let that sit for a few. Alright, so after you let that sit for a couple seconds, I just like to take a clean rag now and I dry it off. So that's a good amount that's coming off, that way you're not wasting your product. Look, it's dry to the touch now. And then there, right there, you can see the before and after. See that? The white haze is still there. That's completely gone. And this stuff is awesome. It lasts a long time. And it would definitely transform this bike to looking like it never did. Figured I'd do this part in real time so you guys can actually see how this product actually transforms everything. Like, this is probably the worst section of the whole bike. This product is amazing. So literally you take it, rub it on, and you got to do this with when the plastic is clean. You don't want to do this when the plastics are all nasty and still got dirt and stuff on them, because then you'll just be wasting your time. I'll just do that half in real time so you guys can see. That looks amazing already. I didn't even wipe it off yet. Alright, so you guys see it? It's not sat out there too long. Now, I just take it, wipe a little bit of it off so it's not greasy. That's it, man. Look at that. You see the difference? That looks almost new again. Look at that, guys. I didn't even touch that piece yet. That's all done. That's done. Can you tell the difference? Wow. Look at that thing. Looks mint. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. What a transformation. I pulled out the buffer. We're about to start buffing this thing. We're gonna start with the windshield first. As you can see, this thing is super cloudy. All right, so first I'm using this plastic X. It's just like a fine, it's kind of like a polish kind of. But first I'm just gonna get my pad all nice and wet. I'm gonna do this in the area where that cover is gonna be covering it. So if it did mess up or something happened, you know, we don't have to worry about it. So let's first start this off at minimum. All right, let's see how that did. That looks better. Right around the edges, yeah, it looks good. You want to keep the speed low because you do not want to heat up on the windshield because you will create a big haze spot. Ask me how I know. Check it out, guys. Way better. I can actually see through it now. It's not white. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better. I'll be happy with that. So now we're gonna go on to the paint section, paint correction type stuff. So we're gonna be using the same stuff. We're gonna be using this Meguiar's. I like this stuff. It's real easy to use and it works great. So we're gonna be using this and it's gonna work magic. But this is one of the worst sections on the whole bike. So, and it's small, so of course we always do a little test area first before we start going into the whole thing. So put that in. Oh yeah, I saw that shine come right back. See if you guys can see that. That's all white haze and that's all shiny. I'm just gonna knock this stuff out and hopefully it won't take me 2 days. So it's definitely gonna be a late night though. So I just wanted to show you a big difference in the mirror. You see that thing? There's absolutely no shine on it. And look at this one. What's going on, guys? Back at it early in the morning. I didn't realize what time it was last night. It got very late, so I just wrapped it up and headed inside. But you see I got my little chai latte in my hand, going to move some of these bikes around in here, push everything out, push this thing out, see how this thing looks in the sunlight. But this thing is beautiful. All right, guys, outside with the Burgman Executive. This bike is super clean now. Look at that thing. That looks awesome, right? So now we're gonna slap some wax on it. I gotta clean the wheels up. You see, I haven't really done too much with the wheels because those things need tires. So if I'm gonna do the tires on them, I'm just gonna clean them when they're off the bike. But this thing's super clean. Look at all the black plastics. This looks great, right? All back black. Real nice. So listen, we got the wax. About to go wax on, Mr. Miyagi style. The whole Burgman. Gonna make this thing shiny, shiny. And it's gonna give it some protection if he decides to leave it outside for another 5 years. So I won't have to do too much work next time he brings it to me. Alright guys, the wax this is on and it's dry, we're gonna do a swipe test. Look at that, beautiful. So we know that this is ready to come off. So we're gonna wipe all this off. You don't want to let this thing get too dry too. And also a big pet peeve of mine is people that leave all that wax inside the cracks. So when you wax, try to be mindful of not getting the wax inside the cracks, because one, it's difficult to get out. Two, it looks horrible when you leave it there. So this is all good. We're gonna wipe all this off, and look at that shine. That is a deep shine. Another tip is when you're doing stuff like this, when it comes in contact with the trim, if you get it on the trim, wipe it off as fast as you can, because it's gonna leave a nasty white hazy mark, and then with the texture trim stuff, it's pretty difficult to get out sometimes. I waxed everything. I waxed the lights, I waxed the headlights. This gives it some protection, makes it shine a little bit more. That looks brand new, huh? Also, the good thing about the wax is when you're waxing, and let's say you missed a spot, it will tell you, because it will get hazy and then you'll miss that one shiny spot, so you can just go back and wax the spots that you missed. Wax will hide a lot of those scratches, see, stuff like that. So you can see I got a little bit of wax right there. This one wasn't too bad taken out, but because it wasn't too textured, but it will tell you. And look at how nasty and white that is now, so I have to go back and fix that. Here she is, guys. The thing's nice and clean, the bike's running. We're going to go for its maiden voyage. Check this thing out. That thing, great. Take it on a ride and see what this thing does, see how it performs. We're gonna go fill up the tires, and then we'll go for a little cruise. Going on? This thing has like a transmission. This thing acts like a motorcycle. Like the engine brakes and everything. Let's put some air in this thing, and then we'll come back and get a real test drive. All right, guys, we got air in the tire, and my rear tire was at 5 psi, and my front tire was at 0. Put on my cool shades. That's insane. But what's even more insane, taking a scooter on the highway. Alright guys, you saw it. We just came off the highway. This thing rides so smooth. And we almost did that legally. Actually, we did that legally for YouTube purposes. See that? Yes, sir. We're at Old Mexico. Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Tiene horchata? Sí. Sí, dame una horchata y hola. Y 2 tacos de carne.
¿Asada?
Sí, gracias, ma. See it, guys. Bike's running great. Got my horchata. Got 2 steak tacos. We're gonna test ride this bike today. She's clean. Just got the tacos. I hate Chihuahua. Alright guys, just finished lunch at Old Mexico. Gonna head back to the shop. This thing's performing pretty well, so I can't really complain.
Bro, do you have a YouTube?
Yeah.
Where can I follow you, man?
ZUMA God Garage.
ZUMA?
ZUMA God. Yeah, we do a lot of scooter stuff, man. Yeah, man. This thing starting right up. This thing running mint. I'll take the in-town route. There I went on the highway. This thing's running lovely. My belly's full. Oh, and it takes bumps. Alright guys, so we just got back to the garage, and this thing is running nice. Look at it idling. Ticking's like minimal or almost gone. I think this thing just needed to be opened up. That's sick, I can't lie. You saw it, we fixed this bike, we got it beautiful again, we buffed it out, a lot of detailing on this bike. That fuel stabilizer or that fuel cleaner definitely does the trick. I feel like this bike is running better every second we ride it. So we're probably riding it a little bit more, but as of right now, we're gonna wrap this video up right here. This thing is awesome. If you guys have ever experienced riding a scooter on the highway, it's definitely fun. It's definitely a different experience. It's definitely something that everyone should try. So you guys know what to do, man. Peace.